What's up, everyone? Mark Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. So, you know what? I'm not going to go over anything that might go viral, because I've done that in the car before, and I'm like, man, that looks cheesy, because I have used Tupperwares with Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, and I got beef strips. This just ain't professional. I got Ezekiel bread. It just ain't professional like I usually am. But I do have a look. I shaved, got my hair combed. You know, I risk a lot by saying this and feeding the trolls, but I'm not feeding the trolls because this is a legit email sent to me. This guy sent an email. I'm not going to read it because then people say I'm texting while driving. So the email was like part two. Part two was about like training, you know, like how do I build my legs. Part one was about the anti-Semitism and anti-Jewish sentiment. Basically, this guy is an atheist, but he's of Jewish descent. And he was wondering why there's so much anti-Semitism. I actually read an article yesterday. I believe it was in which is the one from the UK, the real one, not like the Mirror, but like an actual like real life UK newspaper. And it said that 50% of Jews in the UK think that there's no future for Jewish people in the UK because the anti-Jewish sentiment and all that going on there. And this kid was legitimately asking me why I feel there's anti-Semitism going around. And I think a lot of it is, and I speak as someone of Jewish descent. However, I'm not truly, I could never be Hasidic, because my grandmother on my mother's side was Catholic, and my grandmother on my father's side was Protestant. My father's side, my grandfathers were Jewish. My grandfather did escape Auschwitz on his own without Schindler. He actually escaped, got shot, they thought he was dead, and he ended up surviving and fighting the war with the anti-war guerrillas. Not guerrillas like, but like, oh, now I'm taking my hands off the wheel. But you know, the G-U-E-R, you know that, not the G-O-R. Guerrillas in Hungary. I have a very rich Jewish history in my family, and I'm not ashamed of that at all. And you're not going to get me to denounce my Jewish heritage. You're not going to get me to denounce my mother at all. My mother served in the Israeli military. I'm not going to say in what capacity, but let's just say she was a very high-ranking officer. And that's not me. I've never served in the Israeli military. I've never been to Israel. I've been to Temple once, but here's the thing. It was from when I was in Luther. I went to California Lutheran University in Thousand Oaks, California, and part of the world religions class I took, we went to a Black Baptist church, we went to a Hindi temple, a Buddhist temple, and we went to a Jewish temple. The only time I was ever in a Jewish temple was for a class for my Lutheran college. So I'd hardly consider me a diehard Jew. There's a lot of misinformation going around, and one is this whole Jews run everything, and I think I'm Jewish enough where I should at least get an invite into the Illuminati. And I find Jay-Z is supposedly in the Illuminati, and Jay-Z is not only is he not Jewish, but he's black. So I'm not understanding how Jay-Z and Beyonce could be in the Illuminati, and I don't even like get a phone call or a letter or an email. I want in on this Illuminati thing. I mean, I've made some good money in my life. I believe that I need to be, if you guys are agreeing with me, I want you to write the Illuminati and petition for me to be let in. Because I want to be in that Illuminati. Obama's supposedly part of the Illuminati. Louis Marcos said that Putin is not a part of the Illuminati. So Russia's fine. I believe he said that. I love Louis. He's got a lot of conspiracy theories. I believe a lot of them. I do believe a lot of what Louis Marcos says, but I don't know about, the Illuminati thing's kind of over my head. Maybe I'm in the dark. The fluoride thing, I agree with. They're trying to poison us. There's no reason the government gives a fuck about our teeth. But the question is, why the anti-Jewish sentiment? It's pretty simple. Religion causes conflict. I love religion. I believe in God. I'm not afraid. You know, I was just talking to somebody I was with the other week. I'm not going to mention his name because I don't need him to get the drama. I'm not afraid to admit that I believe in a higher power. I don't know which one I believe in. Therefore, I consider myself agnostic, but I refuse to believe that all this awesome stuff came from primordial ooze. I refuse to believe that the human body works based on primordial ooze. I think that there's something more to it. The Big Bang Theory, I do believe in that, but only if you're in bed with me and you're a hot female, then you're gonna get a really Big Bang Theory. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I do have, my belief in religion stems more from my inability to explain things than my faith, so to speak. And that's just me being real with y'all, because I want you to know who I am and what I stand for. I love religion. Again, I went to a Lutheran college. My wife did as well. I was raised loosely. You know, I'd like to say that, you know, there were, my parents attempted to instill values in me. You know, my mom had her issues, so I was unable to get the full benefit of that. But my mom is a drug addict, so I mean, you know, obviously she wasn't able to fully instill that, but at a young age she wasn't addicted to drugs, at least that I know of. So I think between the age of like 1 and 9, I was able to have those values instilled in me. And the values in our society are based on the 10 Commandments, but I'm getting way off track. The reason why people hate Jews, the reason why there's so much anti-Jew, I've been able to blacklist a lot of words so you're not seeing as much on this channel, the Zionist thing, the this and that. Zionism means that you believe in the state of Israel. I'm not going to state publicly what my opinion is on the state of Israel, but over 60% of America, I think it's over 80% of America believe in Israel's right to exist as a state, as a Jewish state. So I guess 80% of Americans are Zionists, and I guess it's easy to think I'm one of those because most Americans are, and I'm a proud American. But at the end of the day, dude, I don't understand. I don't understand why, if you disagree with me on my belief on macros, or my belief, or if I disagree with Rich Piana about protein powders, that it suddenly comes down to the fact that I'm a Zionist pig. I also don't understand anti-Muslim rhetoric or anti-Christian rhetoric. It's those beliefs. As long as somebody, see, religion's a great thing. It forces people, even if you don't believe in it, it's fake, blah, blah, blah. If you're an atheist, which, by the way, Supreme Court did rule that atheism is a religion because it's a belief system. It's the belief in not believing. So according to the U.S. Supreme Court, atheists, congratulations, you have a religion. You know, at the end of the day, as I look at this, we're always going to have beef between cultures. Whether it's black and white, brown versus black in the inner cities. Anytime you have differences, you know, that's going to be really, really, really out there, really transparent. But the fact of religion is that it's so deep-rooted. I mean, your religion, that's your roots, that's what you believe in. What I don't understand is how we can take something that's supposed to espouse peace and love and turn it into something of hate. And I understand the people coming out saying, Mark, you're a Zionist pig. And I think that's why this guy emailed me, because he felt that I've been a victim of it, and I have. And I gotta say, you know what? It's kind of confusing because I've said this before on this channel. I had to actually look up what Zionism meant, because I really wasn't clear if it meant like the belief in Israel doing whatever, but it's simply the belief in Israel's right to exist as a state, if I'm not mistaken. And you know what? It's gonna happen. We're going through a tough time where there's conflict in the Middle East, but here's the problem. There's been conflict in the Middle East since, I don't know, BC, since like way, way back, thousands of years ago. At the end of the day, it's always been there. What we have now is the internet, where you can get away with saying some bullshit and be anonymous about it, and no one's ever come up to me at an expo. And if you're at LA Fit Expo, if you're at the Arnold, if you're foreign, if you're from the Arnold, Australia, I'll be in Canada in April. Hell, I can name a bunch of places I'm going to be in the next couple months. Please come up to me and explain to me why you think I'm a Zionist pig and why I'm money hungry and this and that. I don't know if you've noticed, but I donated over $100,000 to charity last year. That's besides the point. That's me being greedy and giving to those, you know, those monstrous sick children with cystic fibrosis and muscular dystrophy and wounded warriors. Yeah. Oh, but the wounded warriors, they're out killing people, so they're bad, right? Come on. You know, at the end of the day, there's going to be hate. And the reason you're seeing it more, sir, is because the hatred is viral now. And viral meaning it's easy to spread it over the internet. Whereas back in the day, if you had a racist group like the Ku Klux Klan, they used to march on the street and they'd hit one little small town in North Carolina. Okay? But now you could put a website up, you can go on people's Facebook, you go on people's YouTube. So you're just seeing it more. So I don't really think that there's more hatred towards Jews, towards Arabs, towards anybody. I actually think we're probably at a better spot than we've been. I simply think that you see it more because the proliferation of technology and the ability to get up in people's houses via social media and other methods. So, sir, it is what it is, dude. It's gonna happen. You're gonna face adversity. People aren't gonna like you for something, you know? People are gonna make fun of me for my neck being too small for my body. People are gonna make fun of me for my arms being too small for my back. People are gonna make fun of me for my Jewish heritage. And you know what? They're just insecure little pieces of shit who, you know what? If there is a God, who I believe there is, God really fucked up on making those people. You know, if you're that cowardly and that much of a piece of shit where you have to go on social media and trash somebody's heritage or their belief system to make yourself feel superior or better, you're an asshole. And frankly, you deserve some bad shit happening to you, because it really hurts. I mean, this kid's literally confused at why this guy is going off at him for his Jewish heritage. And he's not even Jewish, he's an atheist. He's Jewish heritage. And he's like, why is this happening? And bottom line is, there's people who are so insecure and so underachieving in life that they take out their frustrations on those who are successful. It is what it is. Thanks for watching, guys. A little off topic, car talk. I'm Mark Lobiner, TigerFitness.com. Love everybody.